Have you ever felt like your world was crashing down around you? Like all your plans, all your hard work just went up in smoke? It's a terrible feeling, isn't it? You start to question everything, maybe even lose a little bit of faith. But what if I told you that sometimes the very thing you think is your biggest disaster is actually your greatest blessing in disguise? Let me tell you a story about a man who learned this lesson in the most dramatic way possible. He was the sole survivor of a shipwreck, washed ashore on a deserted island, alone and with nothing. His first priority was survival. Day after day, he worked tirelessly, gathering whatever he could find to build a small hut. This little shack wasn't much, but it was his everything. It protected him from the elements and stored his meager supply of food. It was his home, his hope. One day, after scavenging for food, he returned to find his little hut completely engulfed in flames. Everything was gone. He fell to his knees in despair, smoke and tears clouding his vision. He cried out, "God, how could you let this happen? I've lost everything." He was consumed by anger and grief, believing this was the final, cruel blow from fate. Utterly defeated, he drifted into an exhausted sleep. The next morning, he was awakened by a sound he hadn't heard in a long, long time. The sound of a ship's horn. A ship was approaching the island. As the sailors helped him aboard, he asked the captain, "How did you know I was here?" The captain replied, "We saw your smoke signal." In that moment, everything clicked. The man was stunned into silence. The fire that he thought had destroyed his life was the very thing that saved it. The smoke from his burning hut, which he saw as a symbol of his complete and utter failure, was actually a beacon of hope, a signal for rescue that he could never have created on his own. This story is such a powerful reminder, isn't it? How often do we get frustrated when things don't go our way? We lose a job, a relationship ends, a project fails. We see these events as purely negative, as setbacks that derail our lives. We cry out, just like the man on the island, wondering why this is happening to us. We think our world is ending. But what if these moments of pain and loss are not the end of the story? What if they are just a chapter, a necessary plot twist in a much larger, more beautiful narrative that we can't yet see? What if that closed door is redirecting you to an even bigger, better one that's waiting to open? The fire was a tragedy from the man's limited perspective, but from a higher perspective, it was a rescue mission. It shows us that sometimes, for our prayers to be answered, our current situation has to be shaken up. Sometimes, what we're holding on to so tightly is the very thing holding us back from something far greater. So, the next time you face a disaster, the next time your plans fall apart and you feel like you're losing everything, take a deep breath. Remember the man and his burning hut. Remember that what looks like a catastrophe might just be a smoke signal. It might be the very thing that leads to your rescue, your breakthrough, your next great chapter. Trust the process. Trust that even in the confusion, even in the pain, a better plan is unfolding. As the saying goes, God's delays are not his denials. Sometimes he has to burn down our tiny hut so we can see the grand palace he has prepared for us. Keep the faith, because your rescue might be just over the horizon, drawn in by the smoke of what you thought was your ruin. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to learn motivated stories for more inspiration. Remember, your greatest setback might be the setup for your greatest comeback. See you in the next video.